So the today's session, the trainer is Rohit, and I just little bit introduce about the community and where you can find the free material for the resource of the study material. Okay, from the data science and data analysis. Okay, so you can visit our LinkedIn page also. You can find the daily basis projects on uh, 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 regarding from the different project on the data science. Okay, you can find the properly from the. Okay, so the page is visible for everyone. Hello, the page is visible for everyone or not?
Yes, it is visible.
It's visible. So you can go to this page and you can find like basic preparation interview questions free of the resources available. Okay, you can receive the daily update on the need data community. You can find the projects also and that some short notes about the SQL different domain of data science technology like Power BI, Tableau, Excel and SQLs. You can also find the project also. Okay, here you can see that one projects are available optimizer agriculture crop machine learning project. Here is a PDF file also available. So you are in a WhatsApp group, so you can receive the dataset files and Python file and the PDF file also for this project. Okay, so please join the WhatsApp groups so you can getting the proper material. And so many projects and workshop update will be available in this page. Okay, you can go from our data analyst course material link also. So here you can find the roadmap of the particular course where you can comfortable to join our sessions. Okay, so here is a Python course. Okay, and you can also check our different courses roadmap like Power BI, Tableau, Excel, SQL, and other. Okay, so we providing the mentorship schools certification from this course. Okay, when you enroll in our data analyst course. Okay, lifetime access of recording, resume building sessions, and a study group and close community with professional with same mindset and placement assist. We can provide the placement supports. Okay, and you can also take the career guidance if you're confusing that which domain that's suitable from that grow your future. So you can also take the session also, and you can find the feedback also. And you can visit also the WhatsApp groups. So it's the WhatsApp group every you can visit our LinkedIn page. Okay, so you can find the WhatsApp group link in the section also. Here is you can find the WhatsApp group links. Okay, so you can join and you can receive the daily basis update regarding from the data science and data analysis project. Okay, so today's the session regarding on the Power BI. Okay, so let's start the today's session, and you can also receive the video from this lecture on morning. Okay, so I request you, Mr. Rohit, please start the session. You can take over the session. Okay.
Okay, so I hope my voice is clear to everyone.
Yeah, Rohit, it's clear.
Okay, so let me quickly share my screen and we will proceed with this session. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. I have shared a screen of Power BI tool.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So in the last session, we have seen how to install Power BI. We have taken a little bit overview what different tabs we have. We have taken overview especially of Home tab. In today's session, we are going to see basic visualization. Uh, I'll just quickly give you a recap how we can connect data with Power BI, and then we can start with creating visualization. Okay. So for connecting data, on the home tab itself we have a section named as data. So if I go on top, there is a clipboard section is available, and besides that we have a data section, and in the data section we have multiple options available. So in those options, very first option we have get data, and beside that all other options are actually frequently used options. Those are not a separate options, those options are available in the get data section itself. So I'll just quickly click on the drop down of get data. These are some of the options which you might use very frequently, but if you want to see all available options using which you can connect data with Power BI, so we just need to click on more. So once we click on more, so here we get a huge list of different type of data sets or different kind of methods using which we can connect data with Power BI. So depending upon the organization in which you are going to get into, the data type or the tool through which you would be connecting data with Power BI, that might differ. But once data got connected with Power BI, further all the steps would remain same. Okay, so for now we will start with basic. We'll connect a data with Excel only. So for connecting data using Excel, I'll just click on the get data. So now see, Excel is a home product of Microsoft only. Like Excel is a product of Microsoft, and Power BI also product of Microsoft only. So due to that, you get very first option of Excel in the data section outside itself. Like here, if we have very first option, then in get data section also you have the option of Excel workbook over here. Okay, so I'll just simply click on this Excel workbook and I'll go to the file which I want to connect with the Power BI. I'll select that file. Now for now the data is connected with Power BI. Like I do have data, but suppose I'll do one thing. I'll remove this data from here.
Screen is not visible, sir.
Sorry,
Screen is not visible.
uh, it is not visible for everyone or only one
Please
person.
check your internet connection. The screen is visible for all, I think.
Okay, okay.
Rohit,
You.
it's visible. The guy, please
Mhm.
check your like internet connection. Okay.
Yeah, you can do one thing. You can try to disconnect and connect again. Okay, so I have removed all the tables from the Power BI now. See, when you don't have any data, you get these four options for connecting. These are also, you can say, frequently used options. So in that also, very first option you get, that is import data from Excel. Okay, so to connect data from Excel, I'll just click on this first option, Excel workbook. You can use any of the option. Then I'll go to that file. Now see, this is the file explorer view of Windows we get when we click on that. Now from here you need to go to the file which you want to connect. So for now I do have Global Superstore, which is something freely available on internet itself. You can search online for Global Superstore and you can easily get this data set. This is something we use very frequently for practice. So I'll click on this Global Superstore 2016. I'll click on open, and once I click on open, it will take some time, but it will open a navigator. Yeah, now here we have three sheets. Now if I just quickly open the Global Superstore file itself, the Excel file which I have just connected with Power BI. Yeah, so in that file we can clearly see we have three different sheets: orders, returns, and people. So due to that only, when we connect the file with Power BI, there we are getting three sheet names. Now remember, these are sheets. The symbol in front of order, the symbol in front of people, and the symbol in front of returns. See, all those symbols are sheet symbol. When we have data in the form of table, it shows a different symbol over there. Okay, but for now, as we are going to see basic visualization, so we will get into detailed stuff afterward. Like in the upcoming session, we will see that as well. So for quickly connecting data, I will select all these three sheets. Rather, I'll go with the only one sheet. Other two sheets we will use afterward. For now, we require only one sheet. So I'll just click on the first sheet and then I'll click on load. Okay, now here one thing you need to remember, like here do have option of transform data and cancel as well. Cancel is something I don't need to explain. Transform data is something which will take you to the Power Query. Now Power Query is a ETL tool of Power BI. It is an inbuilt ETL tool. Okay, so whenever it comes to doing any column level operation, data cleaning, or any different stuff on a larger scale, if you want to perform, basically for data cleaning. So that time we get into Power Query, and transform data is something which will take you to the Power Query. But for now, we don't want to go to the Power Query. I'll just simply click on load. Okay, so once I click on load, so it will take some time. So depending upon your system configuration and the data file size, the time would vary. Okay, for loading the data, time would vary. So let it load. Yeah. Now we have taken the data on very right hand side. We have a section named as a data section, and under that we have orders table, the table which we have just extracted from the file. If I just click on this drop down, so all the fields are available. If you can see, if I go to the sheet we have different columns available over there, and those columns would become a different field over here in Power BI. Okay. Now for creating visualization on home tab itself, if I just proceed a little bit toward right hand side, so in the center we have insert section, and there we have new visual, first option. Then we have a box inside, multiple different visuals are visible over there, and then we have text box and more visual. We'll see those as well. When I click on new visual, it will automatically add one visual over there. Now this is a blank area, like this blank area is actually the area where you are going to create all visualization, or where you are going to bring all the visualization which you want to use. Okay, so when I click on this new visual, it adds a new visual, a blank card over there, and in that card you can see some options are visible over there. So suggest a visual, then below we have visual type, and there is a button which is turned on, that is arrange data for me. Now this is something when this button is turned on, so depending upon the data which you will drag over here, this visual type will change. Okay, now in a shadow you can see those looking like a bar chart. Now in school days we have learned so many type of charts, right? Bar chart, line chart, we have seen scattered chart. So different chart type we are going to see over here. But by default, when you click on the new visual, it will show you the bar chart. Now suppose I want to add some data. Uh, just now, if I just go to the data section, there we have different type of data. Now see, before getting started with visualization, you need to know your data. Okay, unless and until you don't know your data, what different values are there in that data, you won't be able to create the visualization. So whenever you want to go for visualization, just make sure you understand that data very properly. Okay, so this global superstore is something which I am using from a long time, so I know about this data. So basically data is something which get categorized in different categories. Okay, so for uh, for a moment I'll just put one question in front of all of you. uh, how many data type we know? Basically you can take the name, you can unmute and you can tell me how many data types we know, as we are going to work on different data, so we should be knowing the data type. So any idea about like what I'm asking for now? What is data type, or what data types you know?
String int float,
Sorry.
string int float,
Int. Okay, int and float. Now int, that is integer, and float, these are basically a data type of same category, like they comes under numeric data, right? Int or float or double, though those come under number data, numeric data. Okay, then any other data type do we
Numerical
know?
text,
Yeah, numerical,
numerical
that
and
is
text.
a text. Yeah, correct. So string is another data type, that is what we are calling as text, and numerical is another data
Boolean,
type. Boolean, exactly. Boolean also is also another data type. So three
Complex.
data type we know. Which one?
Complex.
Complex would not be a data type. I would say complex is just a variation. So
Complex number,
text
I mean.
complex number, yeah. So that will come under numbers only. So text is data type, boolean is data type, and numeric, that is number. All kind of number will come under number data type. Be it complex, be it simple, be it even, odd, or negative, positive, all numbers will come under numeric data type. Okay, then
Date.
date, exactly. So date would be another data type. For okay, so along with that, we have another data type, that is a date and time. Okay, date is data type, and when date combines with time, date and time is another data type which we are going to consider in Power BI or in any visualization software. And then the last one we have, that is geography. Geography is the data type which consists all the geography related information. That is your region, country, uh, and then state, city, then pin code or postal code. So these kind of data comes under geography. Okay, so whatever basic visualization types which we have, like the simple visualization types we do have over here, these are the less these are the visualizations which you are going to see or which you are going to have in the Power BI by default. So each and every chart represent, or each and every chart exists over there to represent a particular type of data. Okay, it is not like every chart I can use for any kind of data. Okay, so we are going to see that as well. Now bar chart is something where, like when we click on new visuals, there we got a bar chart. So now bar chart is something where on the base, that is on x-axis. Now when we come to the when it comes to the chart, uh, which can be represented on a graph, so it requires data on x-axis and y-axis, right? That is something we have learned in school days as well. So bar chart is something in which on x-axis you will have the non-numeric data. It could be anything, but that should be a non-numeric data. Okay, so on x-axis you will have non-numeric data, and on y-axis you will have numeric data. So based on that only the bar size would vary, right? Similarly, different chart will have different type of requirement. Okay, for now we'll just proceed with this new visual section. So when we click on new visual, this is something got added, and there is the shadow showing us bar chart. Now suppose I'm adding the field of category. Now category is something I know, like I know this data. So in category we have non-numeric data. So when I drag and drop the category in the data over here, see, here we have option of add data. When I drag and drop it in the add data, it shows me something. Let it load and just make it bigger. Yeah. Now see, here it is showing me a list. Previously it was bar chart, but now it becomes a list like a table, right? So that is the thing. When you click on this new visual, whatever card is going to get added over here, that would be a dynamic card, and depending upon what data you're adding over there, the chart type will change, or chart type would vary. Okay, that will change automatically. So see, if I click on this cross icon to remove this category from here, and now when I bring something else, suppose if I bring, see, if I just go down, sales is a numeric data. Okay, this summation symbol is present over there, and that indicates it is a numeric data. So if I drag this sales in this add data section, previously it was showing a tabular data, but now it is showing a single number, so that becomes a card. Okay, now different on different occasions we are going to use these kind of cards as well. Like Power BI's eventual goal is creating dashboard. So in dashboard, we are going to have different elements, and the card is one of the element which will be present over there. Okay. So I hope you got the gist that this new visual is something which is going to change its chart type depending upon data which you are going to add over there. Automatically it is going to change the chart type. Say if I remove this from here now, and if I just add something else, suppose I am adding this order date. Now see, this order date have calendar symbol in front of it, so it indicates it is a date. So if I just drag and drop order date over here, let's see what it shows. See, it is showing me list again. Okay, so that's how the new visual will change depending upon the data which you are going to add over there. Okay, for now I am just removing this one, and I will just get into the other chart type which are available over there beside this new visual. So I'll just remove this. Now the chart which you have added, when you want to remove it, on the chart itself, when the chart is selected, if you go below, there we have three options, and it is not like these options will be available only on below. See, if I just move it and stack it on the downward, so those options will be available on top. Okay, so those options will move here and there depending upon the size or depending upon the area which is available. See, if I just stack it on top, so those options are coming on bottom again. Okay, so I just want to remove it, so I'll just click on this more options and then click on remove. We are going to see these all options as well afterward, but for now I just want to remove it. So I'll just remove it from here. Okay, now we will go to the next section of this insert uh, area. So I'll click on the drop down, and there we have different sections of charts, and it is not like in Power BI we have these many charts only. We do have access to other charts as well, but the thing is, for now in Power BI I have not signed in yet. And in the last session, if you remember, I told that if you want to access the Microsoft library for getting different other visuals, you have to do sign in. And sign in something you can't do using normal Gmail ID. You need to have organizational email ID. So when you will be working in any company or in any organization, so over there you will get uh, email ID from them, and that email ID you can use. Okay, yeah, obviously for that you have to take permission from your IT department over there, but yeah, your normal Gmail ID you can't use for doing sign in. Okay, so till that time we would be able to access these charts only. Okay, so we'll start with the first section in this uh, entire visual section. First section we have, that is bar and column. Now difference between bar and column is visually they will appear similar, but bars which are lying on the chart horizontally, and columns which are lying there vertically. Okay, so when we clicked on this new visual, these are basically column. These are not bar, these are columns. Okay, so I'll remove it. Now, when I click on the first one, when I just hover on the first one, this is stack bar chart. Now, there is two different types we have, stack and then clustered. So there is difference between stack and cluster. We'll see that difference as well. For now, I'm just clicking on this first one, that is stack bar chart. Okay, now I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Now, as it is a bar chart and it will be having x-axis and y-axis, can someone tell me, anyone can unmute, can someone tell me on y-axis which data will go? Numeric or non-numeric? This is a bar chart. So on y-axis, which data will go? Numeric or non-numeric?
Non-numeric.
Non-numeric, exactly. Okay. So whenever we are going to add a visual over there, along with that visual, we are going to get these boxes where we can add, drag and drop the data. It is not like, oh, you have to drag and drop data only. You can simply click on this add data, and there also you get the option for selecting that data from here directly. Okay, it's completely on you what you prefer, but I prefer dragging and dropping it. Okay, so for non-numeric, suppose we have category. If I go below, then we have states, we have subcategory. Okay, Now subcategory also one of the non-numeric data. So wherever you are having this summation symbol, those are numeric data. Okay, that is something you need to keep in mind. So summation symbol indicates that it is a numeric data. Apart from that, all others are non-numeric data. Okay. So subcategories is also a non-numeric data. So I'll just drag and drop this subcategory on y-axis. Okay. For now, I'm not having anything over there because I don't have any numeric data. So to vary the size of those bars, I need some numeric data, because based on numeric data only the bar size of subcategories will vary. Okay, so I will take now sales. So sales is the numeric data, so I'll drag and drop sales on the x-axis. Okay, on y-axis we have numeric data, so on x-axis we'll have numeric data. And as soon as I drag and drop the x-axis, the numeric data on x-axis, now see we are able to see different bars, and through these bars we are able to see which is the topmost revenue generating subcategory we have over here, that is phones. Right now, if I just go back to the Excel sheet, if I'm showing you this Excel sheet and if I ask you from the subcategory, where is subcategory? Yeah, here we have subcategory. So from these subcategory, if I just ask you like which subcategory is top revenue generated, like which through which subcategory I am able to get the topmost revenue, you won't be able to tell me directly by one view, or by at one go. You won't be able to tell me that, right? You have to perform some operation, or you have to apply some filter, you have to then calculate, or you have to add those numbers, and then only you would be able to tell me that, right? But in this visualization, I don't even have a number over here, but just by seeing the bar size, I can say that phone is the subcategory through which I am getting the biggest amount of revenue, right? And the smallest amount of revenue I'm getting through label. That is the last subcategory, right? So that is the power of visualization. Now, we have added x-axis and we have added y-axis through which we got these bars. Below, we have few other options: legends, small multiples, and then tooltip. Okay, so uh, as and when we will proceed for creating a dashboard, that time we are going to understand these in detail. For now, I can tell you about the legends. So legend is basically uh, any category which you can add over there to give a specific color to the element of the chart. Now here the element of the chart is bar, as it is a bar chart. So bars are the elements of the chart, element of the chart in this chart. When I create a line chart, so line would be the element of the chart. When I create a column chart, so the columns would be the element of the chart. Okay. So if I want to give a specific color to each and every bar, so that time I can utilize the legend. Okay. Now see, suppose I drag and drop the subcategory in the legends over here. Each and every subcategory will have a distinct color. Now previously subcategory was having similar color, but when I dragged and dropped subcategory in the legends, each and every subcategory now having a distinct color. Okay. Now see, in y-axis I have added subcategory. We are having around total 17 subcategories over here, and in legend also I have added subcategory. So that's why we are getting total 17 different colors over there. What if I add any different non-numeric value in the legend? Okay, so if I just remove it, and I know about this data that subcategory falls under category, like category is a major chunk compared to subcategory. And in category we are having three categories over there total. Okay, so all 17 subcategories fall under three different categories. Okay, that is something I know about this data. So when I drag and drop category in the legend, so we are going to get only three distinct colors over there depending upon subcategory, sorry, depending upon category. Okay, now the category which the subcategory which belongs to furniture, that will have light blue color. The subcategory which belongs to office supplies, that will have dark blue color, and subcategory which belongs to technology, that will have orange color. And it is not like these are the color only you can carry forward for the final output or the final dashboard. It's completely on you which color you want to keep. uh, that is something we can do in formatting. Okay, so as and when our session will proceed further, we are going to learn in depth about formatting as well. Okay, this is the first chart. I'll just click somewhere outside so the options will get removed from there. uh, Now suppose
Uh,
I just,
Rohit,
yes,
sorry to interrupt. I'm just new here. I'm
yes,
just need to know how did you make a report in y-axis?
sorry.
Actually, it's x-axis, no. The chart will be the bar chart will be in x-axis, no. How did you make it in the y-axis?
uh, like these bars you want to flip, like you want
Yeah,
the vertical
I just
bars,
need to
right?
know. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, we are going to see that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I am about to show you that only. Okay, so I just want to resize it. Like here it is taking and tasking. Previously I just made it bigger. So I just click over here. So I am getting corner on corners. I am getting the pointers. If I hover over those pointers, I can have the arrow using which I can simply make it bigger or smaller depending upon the requirement. Okay, and if you wonder where those options are gone, like where we have added these fields, those options were over here. Whenever we were selecting the charts, we were getting those options, but now those are not visible over here. So on the when you click on the chart, on the right hand side top corner, you get two options over there. First one is add data to build your visual, and second one is add or remove visual element. So you just need to click on this first option, that is add data and build your visual. If I click on that, so I'll get those drag and drop boxes over there again. Okay, so I'll click somewhere outside, and now I'll just click on this drop down. Now we clicked on this first one, that is stack bar chart. Second one is stack column chart. So I'll click over here. Now previously the shadow, oh sorry, the chart which got added, that was showing bar chart, but now these are something which is very much similar to the new visual. Like when we were clicking on new visual, that time also we were getting this. Make I'll just take it over here. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, now see, as bars are standing now, those are vertical. So the non-numeric field will go on which axis? X or Y? Non-numeric field. You can unmute
Why?
and Y. Non-numeric field will go on x-axis. See, bars are sticking with x-axis, right? So non-numeric field will go on x-axis. If I just click on this previous first chart here, see, non-numeric field we have added on x-axis, sorry, y-axis. Why? Because bars are sticking on the y-axis only, and depending upon numeric value, the bar size is varying over there, right? So numeric value will go in the x-axis and non-numeric value will go on the y-axis. That is something happens with the bar chart. And if I go to the column chart, numeric value will go on y-axis and non-numeric value will go with x-axis. Okay, it works vice versa. Okay, so
Is it
now
a
here,
must thing for every reports?
sorry.
Is it a must thing that the numeric one must be in x-axis, or depends upon the data?
No, no, no. So see here, we are selecting distinct chart types from here, like the bar chart and column chart. We are selecting a distinct chart type. So due to that, if you are selecting bar chart, like the first option which we did select. So if you are selecting bar chart, so you need to add numeric data on y-axis and non-numeric, sorry, numeric data on x-axis and non-numeric data on y-axis only. If I just show you what will happen if I just flip it, so if I just remove it, okay, so suppose if I just take subcategory on x-axis where we were adding the, see, it is taking count of subcategory, it is not showing me the actual subcategories over there. So you need to add proper fields to get the final result. See, if I just drag subcategory in the y-axis and then sales in the x-axis, so it is showing me correct thing. So that is what you need to do. Like for bar chart, you need to add non-numeric values on y-axis and numeric value on x-axis. But for column chart, it will work vice versa. So numeric field, sorry, non-numeric field you have to add on x-axis, and numeric field you have to add on y-axis. See, so it works vice versa. I hope it is clear.
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So bar chart and column chart, they serves the same purpose. There is no rocket science we have. So you can either go with the bar chart, or you can go either go with the column chart, or you can go with both of them depending upon how bigger data you have. Okay, both serves the same purpose. When we will get into formatting section, when we'll get started with formatting, that time we will get bit in-depth knowledge of these bar colors as well. Like for varying their color, we we were using or we are using legends. So if I'm taking anything in the legend, depending upon its dependency, the color would vary. So if I just take subcategory in the legends of this chart, so depending upon dependency, the color would vary. Okay, but when we will get into formatting, there we can distinctly change the color of each and every bar, or we can apply some kind of conditional for. We would be able to apply some conditional formatting as well over there. Okay, so this is about the stack. Now we haven't seen the stack nature yet. Okay, what we mean by stack? Stacking something, keeping something upon another, right? So this is a normal single bar, right? Which got created by subcategories, right? And there we don't have any section. But again, I repeat one thing that I know about this data. That's why I can perform it directly. I'll just give you one simple example that one single product. If I take example of a soap, okay, it could be any soap. That soap can be used in your house, it can be used in home, it can be used in offices, and it can be used in maybe mall as well. So those are the different segments where that single product is getting used. Similarly, these all subcategory product are getting used in different segments. Okay, so even though this single brand present phone, but all the sale of these phones are getting divided in different segments as well. Okay. Now stack bar is something which can show me that entire bar getting split in multiple segments. Okay. Now maybe in next session, uh, uh, I'll tell you about this data itself. For now, I'm just showing you the visualization. In next session, I'll tell you in depth about this data itself. We will study a little bit about this data. That time you'll have a better idea. Okay. So for creating stack, the dependency of those fields is important. Okay. It is not like randomly I can pick up any of the field from here and I can create a stack chart. Okay. So I know about this data. Due to that, I know that when I drag and drop the segment in the y-axis again, okay, just a second. Oh, sorry, my bad. Not in the y-axis, the color. Wait, I'll remove from here. Yeah. So when I'll drag and drop the segment in the legend, so that time the bar which was having a single distinct color previously, now that got split in three different color. Like the single bar got split in three different color, and that is what we call stack chart. Okay, stack bar chart, where the entire phone cell got split in three parts, that is consumer, corporate and home office. And in that we are able to see in phone itself, the consumer section is the section where phone is producing the larger amount of revenue, okay, compared to the corporate and home office section. Okay, so legend is something which is going to play a vital role when it comes to creating stack bar chart or stack column chart. It plays a vital role in clustered column chart and clustered bar chart as well. So what I'll do, we have seen the stack nature. We will see quickly see the cluster column chart and cluster bar chart as well. I'll keep these two chart on this page only. I'll just resize them. Yeah, and then I'll add a new page on which we will see the cluster charts. Yeah. So next is cluster bar chart. So I'll click over here and I'll just make it large. I'll keep the same field. Okay. Like if I go back on page one, the proper stack bar chart over there, which field we have used? We have used subcategory, sum of sales and segment, right? Yeah. So I'll go to the page two. There also we are going to use the same fields, but see the difference in result. Okay, so on y-axis we'll go with the subcategory, on x-axis we'll go with the sales as it is a bar chart, right? And in legend we kept segment over there, but let's see when I drag and drop the segment in the legend. So see, previously it was creating a stack, like it was a single bar which got split in three parts, right? But now here it is creating three different bars over there but stacked with each other. So this is a cluster. This is something which is creating clusters over there, right? For now we don't have any labels, but just by looking at the bar size you would be able to see, or you would be able to answer like which is the biggest revenue generating segment in the phones, or which is the biggest revenue generating segment in any of the subcategory. And you can tell it by looking at this bar chart. Now see, uh, this is something you can answer using the clustered bar chart, or else you can answer it using the stack bar chart as well, right? So only visually they are appearing differently, but the purpose which they are serving is the same. Okay, that is the thing. Like in visualization, you would be judging which visualization would be appropriate for that particular kind of data. Okay, and same goes for this cluster column chart as well. So if I go to the page 2 again, and if I click on this cluster column chart, which will add a different chart, and if I add again the subcategory on the x-axis, sales on the y-axis, and then if I take a segment, yeah, where is segment? Segment in the legends. See, It is just a flipped version of the bar chart. Okay, so it's completely on you which chart you want to use from here. And the last one, these are the 100%. So what it will do, it will just split the numbers in 100%. Like suppose uh, any of the subcategory generated $20,000 revenue, so it will convert it into percentage, and then each and every bar size will be the 100%. And from that 100%, how much it is going to occupy, that is something it is going to show you. Okay, this is something we use very rarely, this 100% stack bar chart. The major you are going to use this first four one. Okay, now the next section, that is line and area chart. Yeah, before proceeding further, I hope the stack bar chart or these cluster bar chart or column chart and cluster column chart, that section is clear to everyone. Okay, now I'll add a new page again. Yeah, and for now, considering the time, I think we can cover the line chart only. So I will click on the line chart. Okay, now see, the line chart is something like, as I told you in the start of the session only, each and every chart serve a purpose. Like you can't randomly pick up any data and you can use it in any kind of chart. Okay, now as in bar chart or column chart, we were using numeric and non-numeric data. Line chart is something we use when we want to show progress. Now progress is something which we need to like while show to show a progress. Can anyone tell me which data I need to keep on x-axis? Now see, this line is progressing with respect to x-axis only, right? So on x-axis, which data I need to keep to show the progress? I'll ask you one question. We know we all know about the share market. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So in share market, they represent the overall progress in terms of line chart only, right? So if you watch any news which shows the data of share market, so they show it in terms of line chart, right? So on base what they keep, like any share is going up or any share is going down. So on what base they show that progress? What kind of data they use to keep on base?
Time,
Uh,
axis is time.
Time, right? So in our data, the time component which we have, that is date. Okay, like which can represent the time component, that is date. So we do have order date over here. So line chart is something which helps you to show the progress, and for showing progress you need to have date component. Okay, in your data, if you have the date data, then only you can go with the line chart. So on x-axis, I will drag the order date directly over here. Now when I dragged order date directly over there, you can see year, quarter, month and days. But in actual data, if I go to the Excel sheet and if I show you the date column over there, yeah, see order date. Data is not segregated in year, quarter, month and days over there. See, we are having normal dates over here. So that is the speciality of Power BI. Power BI is something which will convert order dates or which will convert any dates into hierarchy. Like it will split the entire date in four sections, that is year, quarter, month and day, automatically. You don't need to perform it manually. Okay, so as uh, as long as the date column, any of the date column having proper data type as a date, Power BI will convert it into hierarchy. This is something we call as hierarchy. We are going to learn how to create hierarchy as well. Okay, so on x-axis I have dragged the order date, and then on y-axis, suppose, yeah, profit, so I'll just drag profit on y-axis. Okay, see, here we have data of 4 years 12, 13, 14, and 15. And on that basis, it is generating a line. And if I just hover over there, on 4 pointers, it is showing me some data for profit. And that is how line chart works, right? Whenever, like in school days also, when we used to create a line chart, we used to plot some pointers and then we used to use scale for connecting the dots, right? So similar way, Power BI is generating that line chart and it shows the overall progress. So now this curve of line is going upside. So it means the business for which this data which we have taken, that business is showing a good kind of progress, right? It is going in good direction. And if this curve was flipped, like if it was going down, so that was a reason for worry, right? So that is something we can uh, show using line chart. Okay, so for today we have covered bar chart, column chart, and line chart. In next session we will continue with the remaining chart of this line and area, and further chart also we will cover. Okay, so on this note I'll take a pause, and if you have any doubt or if you have any question, you can ask.
Yeah, please go ahead, everyone. If you have any doubt and any query regarding from this lecture. Okay, guys. So everyone like this lecture or not? I just asking the review from you guys. Ronit, Narendra. Okay, so if you like this lecture, can you please switch on your camera and that you can please give me the true feedback so that it's little bit helpful other student will be join the workshop. So I request to Ronit and Narendra and other person Sushil, Atani, Ramphal, Lazuria, Suresh, and Haridaya, Yash. If you really like this lecture, please give your original feedback. Ronit, Narendra, Sushil, my voice is clear or for you all not?
Yes, it is clear.
Yeah. So can you give
Uh,
your feedback for this video?
yes, the sessions are quite good. I am able to understand the concepts, and it is quite helpful. Means he is explaining in the proper manner and easy language only. Yes, I like that.
Okay, thank you, Sushil. What about the Ronit and other person? Okay, this person is Mafria. You like this session? So can you give this original feedback? Suresh, hello. The Fearless Wolf. You like this session?
Yes, sir. Yes, we do.
So please give your
Yeah,
original
yeah,
feedback of
it's
this.
yeah, it's okay. Actually, we are interested about that, and we really like the way
Uh,
we can.
Suresh, can you please loudly?
Yeah, yeah, it's really helpful for, and it's just clear we can understand these things, and it's really helpful for business. Okay,
Okay, thank you, Suresh, for your
it's
feedback.
okay. Thank you.
The Fearless Wolf. You like this session, so please give your original feedback. So the student will be getting the good review on this page. Okay, guys. I think with some hesitations. So thank you for joining the session. And next session will continue the further topics. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh.
Thank you.